Hey, what's going on? I'm Dacia Signs. Welcome to Adobe Live on a Tuesday. We are here at day 2 with XayLi Barclay. We learned so much yesterday. I had a blast. I hope that you know that I'm your biggest fan now, and I'm really excited for what's going on today. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what we'll be learning, and yeah, what's the haps for today?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Dacia. I enjoyed, streaming with you yesterday so much. I couldn't get it out of my mind. And even my community who watched, they were so excited about it. So I know they'll enjoy, everyone will enjoy today's stream. Again, thank you so much for having me. I'm XayLi Barclay. I'm a video content creation coach. So I really teach you how to ramp up your product creation, your sales, and your marketing with video content. I'm also a Thinkific expert. So online courses is my jam. So that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, let's give people the tools, the structure, the inspiration to make their own classes and do their skill sharing. I mean, I think the thing that has stuck with me the most since yesterday that I cannot get out of my head is that when we share our skills, we are in service of others in our community, and we got to get out of our own way to do it. So I'm really pumped to go around to here today. I'm Dacia Signs. I'm a quality engineer on motion graphics templates, which mostly are made in After Effects. Some are made in Premiere. The graphics you see in Rush are made in Premiere, and I love fonts and I love animations, and I'm trying to learn expressions so that I can do really fancy things in After Effects, and that's a long, slow process. That's where I'm at with that. But let's see if we could throw the schedule on today. If you're just joining us, we've had a big action-packed day. We'll be on for a couple hours, and then afterwards, there'll be a little doodle therapy with Alice Lee and Lauren Horn. You can always go back and stream any of the other shows that have gone on too. So don't stress out if you miss something. There's always more to learn and dive into. Cool. Thanks, Jacob, for throwing that up there. Let's see. So recap. Yesterday, we created...
We covered a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, walk us through. Let's do a review recap while I jump on this chat and see what's going on.
Yeah. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hello. So yesterday we covered a few things. We covered masterclass creation, and I also spoke about like what you do before you even do everything. So we got into a really cool discussion about how editing really begins before all the things, and organization is key, right? I love organization. I'm naturally a messy person. So I had to get myself into understanding, that you need to prepare in order to win, right? So that's a lesson that, and I'm going to take a cue from Dacia here, sharing transparently, because she just shared like, what she's learning and the process. And I love that so much about you, Dacia, that you're so transparent about sharing that, hey, we're all on a learning journey. Absolutely. And it's all a learning process, right? So really bringing that back to the online course journey and understanding that you're a student and you'll always be a student. We're all students of life, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we really spoke about understanding that organization is key when it comes to editing, and how that you should prepare your class, like, how we storyboard something, or we have a big vision and we break it down so that it's just much more simple. So we covered understanding intros, body, outros, so that you can really get your class formatted in a way that is easy for you as the instructor and so easy for your audience to understand as well. right?
Yeah, and the other thing that I love that you really pointed to was creating in organizing that structure, that you're creating these wins, these tiny wins that your
Yes.
audience can achieve, that keeps them engaged, but also feeling excited and like they're making progress, and to be thoughtful and mindful about how you're laying out that new knowledge.
Yeah,
Really
you
good.
know, we all have so much going on in life. And so when you sit down on the computer to learn something new, we don't want to just throw stuff at you, right? We want to make sure that you're taking it in strides and that you're having those small wins so you feel accomplished. And it also encourages you to sit down and really move forward, right? Kind of like a video game, right, Dacia? We were thinking about
That's
that
what we talk
yesterday
about.
too.
That's what we talk about. Get that feedback loop going. I'm doing
Exactly.
good. I'll keep doing this.
Exactly. So it's so important to do that. So we covered that. And we also just flowed through the editing process. We covered importing and going through the organized media, pulling that into the program. We also covered, what did we cover again? The timeline, preparing the timeline so that we're able to add more to it. We covered color grading or correcting. We covered creating presets. We did, a few things. And I think that people underestimate Rush at times. And I said that yesterday, right? I love that it's a simple linear program. It gives you everything that you need to just get the thing done.
Get it done. Get it done. Because also, you're not making a feature-length movie. And that is a different set of requirements and tools. Like, this is social media. I can imagine, like, especially you want to stay engaged with your community, you got to make content on a much faster timeline.
Exactly.
Right? So covering the most important things, Rush really gives you all of those basic toolkits to make your content, but also give it its own unique look. The other thing I loved that you did was you showed us how to take certain quotes that you had and maybe like zoom it in, pop it in to just get that punch and keep people
engaged.
Watching. Yeah, absolutely. So what are we up to today?
So today we are actually up to a few things. I don't know if we'll get through everything on this live, but we're going to try. We're going to go through titles and transitions because I love giving even more context to what I'm teaching, right? So we're going to kind of go through like if we need titles in specific places, what's a bit too much, because I know I could be too much, and that's all right, girl. So
that's another thing we talked about. It's important to be yourself.
Exactly. And so, and today I'm also going to add a bit of B-roll and hopefully get to show you guys just creating social videos for your sales and promotions as well. So we're going to kind of see how time goes, but I'm excited to dive in.
Oh, we got this. And in the words of Luther Vandross, you are never too much, never too much, never too much. Don't even say that, girl. You're not too much. This is excellent. I want a quick shout out though, out to the chat pod. I got it going. I see Gus is in the chat pod. I haven't seen Gus in a long time. What's going on, y'all? Robert, hello. Anime Elephant. The elephant has returned. Ooh. We're excited. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited for it.
Okay. We're here for it.
Yeah, we're here for it. So if you got questions, make sure to pop them in and we'll try to get to them too. But here we are. We're in Adobe Rush for desktop. You're on your desktop right now?
Yes, I am. Yep.
Do you ever use it on your phone or iPad?
I do. And I love, and I kind of am going to speak about that today, the versatility of, oh my gosh. So the craziest thing is even with, I'm a fan of Instagram. Yes, I am. And so with Instagram Reels being the whole new thing, I prefer to edit in Rush than to edit in Reels, right? So
that's good to hear. That's good.
Yeah, I really do.
Why is that? What are the pros?
I feel like the Instagram editor is not as brolic as it should be just yet. And so, for me, I just know that I need my 15 seconds inside of that platform to upload for Reels. So I don't know, maybe I'll go through a little reel that I created.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah, this is my partner and he loves watering his plants in the morning.
How long have you been standing here?
He doesn't even pay attention to me, but so this is in,
so you see
daddy. He's a plant daddy. Right. So we added all of the text inside of Rush.
Oh, I love
that. And so this would be the equivalent of doing it in Instagram, but I'm able to do it here. And I have so much more control.
Absolutely.
How long have you been petting this plant, sir?
Like Come on, sir.
Information is classified.
Okay.
I relate.
What's his name?
No money.
I have a little pin on my jacket that says Plant Daddy. I mean,
You do?
I do.
Dasha, you're my people. Like,
we are.
that is so cool.
I'm so grateful that I got to meet you.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way. So
Our,
I really
our fangirl crushing is going to be happening for the next 2 hours.
Hey, so they'll be all right.
Get on board.
But yeah, so I love using it for reels. So I love that you brought that up because I was going to talk about it, but you can still take that same project and, use it on your phone. So I like going back and forth, but I like getting on desktop, just laying everything out. I feel like I can do it quickly, type out my text, and then I go into the app for the phone and export and upload into Instagram or, correct anything or go over.
Your project's already there. You're like
exactly.
on your desktop.
So
you
awesome.
Do what you
like,
want, and then you open the phone.
Yes.
It's wild. Mm-hmm. It's good. Magic.
So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm just going to expand my audio. And I also was thinking yesterday, I can't remember who asked that question, but so we were speaking about like selecting multiple clips. Yes. And so you just drag and drop. Oh, wait, not like that. Not like that. You go to your timeline. Oh, wait, why can't I do it now? See, this
you got to lasso it.
There you go.
It is.
Yeah. Right. And then we could have gone into, and I'll probably do that right now because in going back and listening through, I felt like, wait, I want to put my volume back up a bit. So we're actually going to do that. Right. So we're going to wait. Come on, mouse. Okay. This is not happening.
Maybe right under the CTI. Or not under, but like under.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so, well, actually, let's go to this first trick first of all, Dacia.
Okay.
So we're gonna see, if we can make this a bit longer here, so that way we can lasso easily because we want to see that full timeline, right?
Yeah, so you can expand.
Yes.
You can like zoom in and out of the timeline.
Exactly.
This little bar situation at the bottom. You just hover over those.
Yep.
Those little
I think that's so cool. So I'm gonna close that up a bit so I can see everything. And then what I'm gonna do is I can see like what I want to lasso here. And then like Dacia said, under my CTI, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna pull everything in, right? Hopefully I have it all. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna head back into sound. And then we're gonna bring that all the way down, right? Actually, I have something lassoed that's not supposed to be, so I see it here now. That's the fun of you guys doing this live with me, right?
I mean, we get to see behind the scenes what's
exactly.
Really going on. And, this is what happens.
Yep. So there you go. So I can see like, if I wanted to turn it all the way down, I can. And so that was really cool. So I'm gonna leave them all at around 50. Cool. It's going to be more strong. There we go. And then I also was looking at my preset, and I feel like today, now that my eyes have reset, we're a bit heavy on the sauce. So,
we're gonna pro tip yesterday.
Pro tip:
do your color work, feel your vibes, let yourself go nuts, but then walk away.
Walk away and come right back. Exactly.
and so think about it again.
Think about it again. So today I opened up and I was like, whoa, girl, you look orange. So, so we're able to bring down that intensity, which I think is so cool, right?
Yes.
And so I'll be sure to also go back over to this side and let's see. I'm here again and I'm gonna bring that down as well, right?
Perfect.
So that's so cool that we're able to go in and edit in that way, like come back, reset, and have a fresh look or give fresh eyes to whatever it is that you're working on.
I feel like that's one of the most understated skills required of editing is the ability to walk away from it. In all aspects of it, because once you're cutting for so long, it's
you're so right.
You kind of like lose perspective, I think.
You do.
Does this flow? Is it making sense? So taking a breather and coming back to it is always a good idea for
yes, that's so
the
true.
flow, for the audio, is it right? If the B-roll is right, if the color's right, it's so many things to tweak.
Yes, so true. So today we're going to kind of dive into titles, right? So we're going to head over to the beginning of this project. Yes.
I'm like, please work.
I know. You know what?
Misbehave.
That part. Well, first let's go through and we spoke about transitions yesterday. And so I'm pretty simple. I'm a pretty simple person. Especially when it comes to online courses, and I'll tell you why. Longevity, right? Because even in this course, one of the biggest mistakes I made when I was recording is I recorded for 2020, like thinking, all right, so, I'll create something completely new when 2021 comes. But this converted so well and people loved it so much that guess what? I'm going to use it in 2021. But I'm over here with my screen recording saying 2020. So that's a huge lesson for us.
So think about that.
Yeah.
Like, your content does have a longer shelf life.
Don't do any timestamps. Never come on and say good morning, guys, or, good morning or good, because it gives, too much perspective to the time or too much context to the time, because someone might be listening to it in China at 3 p.m. and you're saying good morning, everyone.
Be cognizant.
So
your audience could be very diverse. Your time,
exactly. So
unless
that's
it's
something
like a Halloween situation.
Exactly.
I mean, but I don't know. I celebrate Halloween pretty much
all year round.
So.
But that's the thing to pay attention to when you're creating your online course. Never give a timestamp, right? So what I have to do is now go do a voiceover. And the cool thing, I won't do it now because we're live and we're actually, chatting and stuff. But the cool thing is that we're able to do that in Rush, right?
What?
So yes, I can always layer a graphic to say 2021 at the exact time. So I would do that by actually really zooming in, cover that with a graphic, and then do a voiceover in place of when I said 2020. Yes, but I'll repeat the full sentence so it doesn't look too crazy, right? Because we don't want to get in there and say 2021.
Right. Especially because recording audio too, like if you have a different mic than you did that day, or you're in a different room that has different acoustics, it'll be really obvious. Exactly. So try to make it smooth, basically.
Yes. So that's another tip there. It's very crazy because I feel like as we're moving through, there are going to be so many little tips about online courses that you definitely got to pay attention to, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, so for me, what I'm making sure of is that I'm going to add transitions in here. And I'm going to use really simple transitions. We spoke about like cross dissolves and things like that yesterday, right? So I am going to just...
No mosaic.
No. And it goes back to simplicity, because even yesterday we were speaking about trends and how things are changing and evolving. And even though I know I may use this class for the next 2 years because the value is not going to change, it's going to be very similar because it's, business is there are standard things that, will always be standard in business. And so in this case, because I want to give longevity to the project, I am going to keep it simple, keep it cute. And, in case I change my brand colors, it's not going to be too but much.
Also, I think sometimes with me, the reason why I like a simple transition is because it's really distracting otherwise.
It is.
It can take away from... It can pull the person that's watching it out of the story, out of the thing. If like suddenly it's like this wild thing slipping in, like
exactly. You're so right, and it's all about context and what you're doing, right? So if it's meant to be, if you're creating a video based on snowboarding or something like that, then the action might be great, but
good point.
yeah, if it's something like this, then you kind of want to be mindful of.
We talking about how to organize a Trello board well here, though, so keep it simple.
Simple and cute, exactly. Don't you love Trello? It's so simple to use.
It's my favorite.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna go in with the cross dissolve here.
Just like that.
Yeah. And I'm pretty much gonna use that throughout, right?
I really like that UI too. Like I like that you can change the duration
easily. Yep, you can.
Just right there with that slider.
You definitely can. And so it's helpful because, you know, you can play back and see if it's too like.
So I'll see you later on inside of the course.
All right, guys. I like that. I feel like it was sufficient and it guided you in there, right? So we're kind of going to scrub through. Thank you.
Yeah. Crushing it.
Yes, we're going to scrub through and kind of, you know, keep adding in here those cross dissolves. Like I said, I'm pretty manual, so I will bear with me as I move through.
No, this is great. We're like getting to see you at work, demystifying the process. When do you do dissolve like on every shot or more so like in different chunks of the video? Like
yeah, so because of what this is, I'm just gonna dissolve into, right? You know, to keep it going and flowing. And so I still am going to refine this project even more and probably get some talking head in between these spaces, right? But it would still be cross dissolve anyway, like unless there's something specific that I really want to draw attention to, then I change that up a bit. Right. But like I said, like for courses, I like to keep things really simple. You know, like I said,
you don't use music, you don't use any.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Focus on the
exactly.
learning.
And we spoke about that yesterday. The reason I don't is because, you know, in using music, it takes away from that learning experience. It's kind of like having music in a classroom, having a boombox in a classroom. Nobody would get it.
I thought about that the other day. I was like, oh no. I mean,
I would be dancing. I love to dance.
I wonder how these teachers are doing with the remote learning. Like, how could you? Because I would be
especially when you have so many distractions at home. Oh man,
I'd be like, I got my music playing. Sorry. I love music, but you're right. It's not necessarily.
It's not
the right context.
Yeah, so I don't. However, if you have a nice intro, you can do that, and we're going to kind of work up to that in a bit, because it's always cool to have a nice intro, right? Especially creating a branded experience for your online courses. I love doing that. So I would, and then even if I do create an intro and outro that's really branded, I can always get in and easily cut that if I'm changing branding, or you get what I'm saying. So it's not like I gotta scrub through the whole thing.
It's like you have a soundtrack, like to your
exactly
to your brand.
Yes, I love referencing any TV show, right? Like if you think about a TV show, like it's like if you think about Law and Order, like we all know kind of like there you go.
I mean, yeah,
it's playing in my head right now.
Come at me.
I am too hyped right now.
TV theme songs are my jam.
There you go. So and it kind of like if that TV's running and you hear that and you love Law and Order, you're gonna run to sit down and get ready, exactly. Right? So it's kind of like the same thing. It's the same concept. People
might call it like a jingle or like, but it's not really. It's just really. It's like your walk-on song. You know how like baseball players when they come up to bat, you know, they get to choose what song.
Exactly. You want to get hype, you know?
Mode, get hype. Exactly.
It's kind of like I like to reference when the Wendy Williams show as well, because I'm from New York.
Love her.
And so exactly. So we all know, like, you know, she redoes her theme song probably every, I want to say 5 or 6 years, I think. Like, you know, she leaves it for a while because you want to get people used to it. Even her set, like, you know, we all know that she loves her big, tall, purple chair and all of that kind of things. Like, those things really make a difference. Like,
her shows from her house were amazing. Like,
yes.
The decor going on in her house, it was
exactly.
It's one of my favorite things
there
about
you go, right? And it's such a testament to a personal brand. Like, she had so many things going on, and that's genuinely who she is. she loves collecting stuff. She loves the people from her show to send her things, like, you know.
So how do you come up with your sound? Do you work with a musician that's a friend, or do you choose like some stock music?
I use stock music, but when I'm using stock music, I really like to think about the vibe that I want to happen, like, you know, like the feeling that I want someone to feel. Example, on my YouTube channel, I have an intro, and it's a bit of like, I don't know, it's kind of like an old school R&B intro, because, you know, you just want that feeling of, you know, familiarity. That word. Yes. I'm not sure why I'm having trouble saying it, and I'm not going to try again.
Don't try.
But
we know what you're saying.
See, you got me though. See, I love it. But yes. So, So that's what I like about it. Like, it really, like, I know my audience, and I know that they're either like right around my age bracket as well. Right. Yeah. Either for me, it's always like 10 years behind and 10 years ahead. So I get like 25, 45 is like, you know, my sweet spot of an audience. Yes. So I know that they kind of know, like, you know,
well, that's
you gotta
a really
know.
Important thing to do to understand and know as you're making your content.
Yes.
This was brought up yesterday. We had a really cool artist out from Trinidad as well. Yesterday he was
so
asking
cool
about, hey, how do I make these really boring technical videos more exciting? And one of the things, your advice was, know your audience.
Yeah.
And try to figure out what kind of story would resonate with them. So sounds like same with your music choices and how.
Yeah, because it's all for the people. You
know your audience, right?
Yeah, and it comes back to, especially as a creative, I feel like that's where we can really trump, because if you are, you're stepping outside of yourself and the things that you're telling yourself, and you know that you're serving others. So you're thinking about your audience, you're thinking about your people. So you're not creating content that is for me only. Like, you know, I'm serving others, I'm giving to others with this content. So we got to keep that in mind. And I think it helps us to step outside of our comfort zones and the things that hold us back.
I love it. How do you do your research? Does it like, do you get data back from YouTube and things like that?
I go deep into analytics. Yes, I always want to know how long someone is on the video. Where did they find me? What part of the engine is pushing certain videos, or what part of the internet is pushing certain videos, like where people are coming from, what keywords they're searching. Like, I could talk on and on about this.
But that's
stuff.
Part of this too. That's part of how
is.
You then go. I can imagine that all of that.
Yeah. And it helps you sell as well, because we kind of spoke about selling yesterday. It helps you sell because you kind of get to see what your audience is typing in, what they're really concerned with, what they're searching for. And so you get to present yourself as a solution. And I love that.
I love this.
So much fun stuff.
So smart.
But yes. And so now what I'm going to do is, so I think I'm all cross-dissolved out.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Next thing I do is I move into.
Oh, there, I made a huge boo-boo right there because I stopped.
Oh, we need to make that clip a little longer?
Yeah. I don't know if I have the bandwidth to figure out what went wrong.
I move into.
Yeah, because I stopped. I don't know if I have the bandwidth to figure out exactly what went wrong while we're on live, because I'm not too sure.
Well, hey, that's exactly what it was supposed to say in the script.
Right? That part. But so we're just going to ignore that.
That was the take.
What we're focused on is that there's a cross dissolve right there, and it works really well, right?
You can always hit mute.
Exactly.
on the audio timeline.
Like, what went wrong there? All right. So now that that's all set, the other thing that I want to do is add some titles. So I'm going to kind of craft off the fly, just craft a bit of an intro, right? So let's see. Now, I love that we have so many things at our fingers. My computer is processing. Hopefully it figures itself out. Boom, there we go.
There we go. Then we got some titles from stock,
yes.
which there are a ton of free. I think they're all free at this point too.
So I'm not too sure. That's a good, I'm not too sure.
I'm pretty sure that all of the Rush templates are free, but
free? Okay, I guess so.
That has changed.
Yeah, I'm not too sure because I think you can
content.
search the stock library. Exactly.
There's always fresh content coming.
Yep.
In.
Which is so cool.
To the stock team, Teresa Rostek, what's up? That's my best friend.
Really?
On the stock team.
Gosh.
Well, but then Olivia,
that's so
Nick,
cool.
There's so many. I don't know. It's a cool team. It's a cool team.
That is so dope.
They curate and make and work with all the artists that create these templates and they do a really cool job of curating the content to make sure
that is so cool.
Y'all are getting some cool, fresh stuff too.
Listen, there's so much good stuff in here. Even like, and I can even walk you through, like, even going through it, like I get so many ideas. Like, so I know I want to use something simple. So of course, this is what I'm going to go for. But exactly. Yeah. Timeless. That will last forever in there. But one thing I really love is the paragraph title overlay. I love that if I'm editing and I feel like I'm scrubbing through and I forget to say something specific, I can always add this in. And I'm not going to go through the full thing, but I'm just going to give you guys a pretty cool example of what I'm saying, right? So let's say I want to, I'm saying something, but I want to add some context here or give a bit of reference. I love that this slides in there. That's what I've been
talking about. Listen, it's
right. Even if you're telling someone like, follow me. Now, what I would do obviously is probably move this, like transform a bit where I move over so that when that transition happens, it's kind of seamless. So let's see.
Those video types that I've been talking about. Listen.
Well, I would have to cut so that it slides in, but you get the idea, right? So that it slides in nicely, and I can give some more context to what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna move this around. But for online courses, this is perfect because you can kind of regurgitate what you're saying. Some people are visual in that way. They need to see things written out, right?
That's a really good point. Now we don't all learn the same way.
No, we do not. Some of us
are auditory and some of us need to see it.
Yes, exactly. So you're serving both audiences in that way. I remember in college, I would just record my professor and dip. Like, don't do that, kids. But I could go home and listen to it and use my textbooks and come through and get an A, right? I don't recommend this. Don't do this at home. But
I think that's a little bit, I just doodle and then I'd be like, what happened?
There you go.
What did you say? Yeah. So at least you recorded it.
Yeah, I would record it and doodle on my own time, right? So I would kind of regurgitate whatever he taught or she taught, on paper, but at my own pace.
At your own
pace. Yeah, so I felt like exactly. Now, if I was going to college years ago, there was no recording. Like, what would I have done? But so the iPhone was around at that time. I was able to. Lucky me.
I did.
Right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's probably why I didn't have iPhones.
There you go. Right. So
I didn't even have a Razor yet. I
remember. There were still Razors when I was in college, though.
I was out of college. I had one of, you know what it was? It was that Nokia phone. I
remember those too.
But back to the situation.
Yes.
So you use these templates to the graphics and the text are not only to do like, hey, intro, this is what I'm doing, but to do exclamate the points.
Yes.
Basically like highlight the important stuff.
Yep.
That you really
so if you want someone
to
remember, you can definitely, while you're doing a talking head video, you can scroll that in there. So I love that it's a template. So when I look for templates, because I'm an online course creator, I'm looking at things that we can use in educational instances, right? Mm-hmm. So I love this one. Another one that I really love is this guy. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Like if I'm showing you, we were speaking about cabinets yesterday. So if, cabinets have intricate things going on. And so with something like this, I can bring attention to something specific on the screen. Like if I'm telling you like what kind of plant this is, right? It's a money tree. We all love some money. So we're able to.
That's why we making pretty
dollar
videos.
bills. Exactly. So then I can actually bring attention to something. And that's so cool for me, you know, and we're able to also go in. Another thing that I love, if you know your hex codes or your color values, you can come in and you can switch that up
and use your own branded colors.
Yes.
And the cool thing about it too is that it's not just boring text popping up on the screen. The beauty of motion graphics templates. Again, I think I'm self-titled, The Little Prince of Mogurts. I'm a fan. You know, I've been working on Mogurts since day one, and what I love about it is it brings that magic of animation to everyone. You know, not everyone knows how to make something, do a cute little thing, or it takes forever. Or you got to learn a new tool, and this gives you the power to like basically have this really fancy looking thing, and change it and make it your own and customize it so quickly.
Yep, you're so right. So for me, like those are the things that stand out when I look at like the templates that are here. Like, oh my gosh, I don't have to do these from scratch. Obviously, we love having a good lower third come in.
Who are you? What's going on?
Yes, like who are you? So you get to pop that in there, right?
I love that. That freeze frame right there was the perfect. Who are you?
Oh my gosh, you're so right. Who are you?
Who are you?
And what are you doing here?
Excuse me.
This
is my living room.
So that is so cool that you can actually do that. That was perfect, Dacia, because I did not catch that. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so you're able to, like I said, alter those things. So when I'm looking for, graphics, those are the things that I look for, or titles, or I look for things that we can actually really use in online courses. So I love that you guys included things like that.
Cool.
I like this title as well, right? Because it's simple. I always gravitate to simple things because I'll tell you why too. I know I'm a lot. So I know I'm a lot visually. I know that when I'm creating, I do a lot. So if my intros and things like that could be simple and, to the point, not too long, and then bam, you're here, then that works for me. So that's my way of adding some balance to all the things.
Balancing it out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if I had a crazy intro and then I'm all this going on, it might be a bit too much, right?
Might be too much.
Yeah, so balance is always something that we got to look for. I also love another thing. I love teaching and adding inspiration in there. And you guys have some amazing quote templates, right, that we can dive in with. I saw one somewhere. I can't remember where. But even like these lower thirds right here, or these that's nice for, a little blurb or a word.
Like a quote, like inspo, like a little.
Yes, I love inspo.
A little like, hey, this is how you keep going. Stay curious.
Right? So many good things.
Cheryl Howard said in the dark age, we had micro cassette recorders for recording.
You know what, classes. Cheryl? I completely forgot about, I'm showing my age, but yes, I completely forgot about cassettes and the recorders that
the little ones though.
Yes, right. That's why I'm doing it.
Yes. I just moved recently and I have I'm not gonna confess to how many boxes of VHS and cassettes and mini DVs. I have all of these tapes.
Yes.
And including a couple micro cassette ones, and I won't get rid of them because I want to digitize them. I'm always like, I'm going to digitize it.
Yeah.
It's been like 15 years. Nothing has gotten digitized. I do have some micro cassettes. I don't know what's on them. Oh, there's a quote one.
That's why I scrolled back down. I was like, so this is a good quote one too, that you can probably add some inspiration into, pump your audience up a little bit while they're going through your content and then get back into it. Right.
I love it.
So yeah. So for me, I love simple. So I would look at titles like these, and I like the difference in the fonts here with the light and the bold line title. That is perfect because sometimes I may want to list the class name and put with XayLi Barclay at the end, you know, or I might go for something that's really simple to the point and, you know, getting into it. So let's see what looks good. Let's see.
Let's
Ooh,
see.
I need to wait. I'm excited. That's what it is. All right. So this modern title, the first thing that I'm going to look for is the ability to change the color to my hex code color. And that is FF5C. 5C.
You
Don't
know it by
steal it.
heart.
It's mine. I do. I know my hex code. Right. So then we can see that it, you know, it's funny because my background here, which I told you guys, it was the pandemic had just started. And so we were locked in. And I was like, I'm not going to think about perfection and filming in my studio. I'm just going to get it done. And I did. But it's funny that you know, I still have like a bit of color that is still, you know, in my brand.
Did you paint that?
My boyfriend did.
Oh,
he is an artist.
beautiful.
Remember, I told you that. Yeah, because you said Dallas was good. It's good for art. So,
oh,
yes.
that's right. That's
right.
right.
So he is absolutely amazing. It's a quote by. It's the full. Marianne Williamson has this full. I forgot the words because I'm live. It's not coming to me right now, but it's a full.
Mantra.
Yes, it's amazing.
I love Marianne Williamson.
Yes, she is so awesome. So he painted it so I could read it every morning when I wake up. It's inspirational. Like I said, I love me some quotes. I love me some inspiration.
You have such a sweet boo. What a tender boo.
All right.
So
I was like,
cute.
I need to see that. And he painted it and shipped it. So he was in New York at the time, but he's here now. Yes.
That's awesome.
So I would go in here and change. Ooh, let me get my caps on. And very simple. And because this is so long, we're going to test a few things. Right. Let me see. First of all, I'm going to make that a bit smaller, but I
just
also
use those transform handles to scale things, to reposition, easy peasy.
You can do so many things in here. I think I also want to test out this one because it's also very simple. First line, second line. Let's see.
That first line, second line stitch.
I do too. Let's see what that looks like on the timeline, and then we can choose.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm pretty sure these are time responsive too, so you can make them longer or shorter, but the animation is still preserved.
Exactly, which is so cool.
Good to remember too. Like,
yeah, because you know, I feel like especially for the people that I serve, they don't have time to figure out how to like. This is not the first thing that they're going to wake up thinking about. Like, how do I create this animation? So because we have these things built in and we're able to modify it with our brand colors and things like that, I think that is so cool.
Yeah, you just get to make it your own and not
exactly
all the other stuff.
Exactly. So I think that
is graphics templates.
Yes, right. Thank you so much, because we're out here living and selling courses.
Shout out to my teammates on the graphics team too. I work with some incredible people.
That is absolutely amazing.
Make this magic happen. And yeah,
let me see.
I love a Mogurt's team.
Yes. Video. I should just copy and paste, right? I'm like typing everything. Let's see how that would work.
Paste.
Well, then again, I want first line. Well, we can figure it out. Oh no, I can't. Okay. Let's just flow with what we know.
Okay.
I like that. Let's flow with what we know.
Let's flow with what we know. That should be a quote.
I know, right? I would wear a shirt saying that. Let's flow with what we know.
I'm writing that one down too. This is the first Adobe Live that I've hosted, that I've taken.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna cry.
And I've had the good fortune and the blessings to be able to sit across a lot of really cool people.
I can imagine.
On them, but like I just love. You guys,
I told you we're going to be looking out for that course.
I know. XayLi is gonna be my creative life coach
I'm just saying.
if I can make it happen.
Yes, yes.
Okay, wait, what was it? I forgot it. So
just flow with
just
what you know.
With what you know.
Yeah.
Okay, we got people in the chat pod ready to buy t-shirts. So
all right. So listen, there we go. We go back to audience, right? So let me tell you, because we're all creators in here, you know, we all go through that imposter syndrome, and what we got to do is just flow with what we know. So
I love that, XayLi.
This way it's not too much. We're not overthinking things, you know?
Yeah, and it goes back to that what we started the day out today too, talking about the fact that we're all lifelong learners.
We are,
and
definitely.
We're not ever gonna know everything, and
exactly. And I think that keeps people back so much. Yeah,
flow with what you know.
Flow with what you know.
Go from there.
What do you guys like in the comments?
Yeah, what do you guys
think? I'm liking the first one, but I don't know. Let's play. Let's see. I like
that.
I think I like the first one.
I think I like the animation of the first one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. Because Sandra says this is giving me so many ideas.
Really? I am. Oh my God.
That's awesome. Cassandra, what kind of ideas? Tell us.
Yeah, like share it with us. We want to know. All right. So the cool thing is that we can also play with font sizing. When I'm thinking about this, I think organization stands out to people, right? Because it's like we have so many thoughts. And when we get into the selling aspect of it, I can share that a bit about that with you guys, like the keywords that really pull people in. So, you know, having organization bolded is exciting for me. Like, because listen, we need help with organization, right? Or it could just be me. I don't know.
Oh, everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. Trust me.
Okay, so now that we know which one we're using specifically, I like playing around with the colors so I could see, like, you know, am I using too much of something, or did I like it before? I think I liked the white there. But I think the best way for me, how I work, sometimes somebody will ask me something, they'll be like, XayLi, how do you think, you know, XYZ is going to look? And I always say, I have to see the thing. I'm very visual and my eyes are huge. So I need to see the thing. I need to see the thing.
It's also fun to react, you know, to like.
True. I never thought about it like that. You're so right.
Like, well, how do I really, you know?
Yes.
Which honestly might change, you know, depending on the day and the mood. But I'm with you. I want to see it. I want to see my options.
Exactly. So for me,
easy enough. Like, why?
Exactly.
Why not?
Right. And so, you know, we're able to change the spacing of the characters here, which that can also do, you know, a bit of differentiating that word. Dacia, you love fonts. What do you think? Like,
I do love fonts.
Yeah.
what we got? I don't like Robato's good. It's a very clean font.
That's how I feel. Like,
I think it's an excellent one. I get wild. I love these. There's a font called Acer Bat that I love, and Phosphate. Like, I like all the ones that like look like they're made of neon almost.
I
They're
love
so extra.
Those too. They are extra. It's funny because I don't have my back monitor on, but my back monitor my name is in neon pink. Like, hello.
Yes, I mean, I love neon. I really do.
I do too.
I think I like ones that have interesting things like that, but they're a little much. You got to use them.
Yeah, that's why I just keep it for that. Like, it's in none of my branding, but I just put it on my monitor screen. So if I'm live, it's back there and people kind of gravitate to it. But I kind of did it because of this picture I'm trying to figure out where's the picture. Yeah, I'm not sure if they can see in the screen, but there's pink in there. So it kind of goes, you know, with the flow.
There it is.
Oh, there you go. Jacob
is
so awesome. That picture right there, which is done by Cosmic Medium on social all over. So Laura, if you're here, girl, hey.
Today's shout out day. I like it.
Yeah, right?
And we are shouting out later today, probably in like 45 minutes or so. We've got an artist highlight, someone from our community that will be taking a look at their work and talking about. So stay tuned for that too.
That's
If you're
gonna be
just joining
awesome.
us, we're on day 2 of how to create a masterclass with XayLi Barclay. We've been learning about how to organize and plan and basically do a lot of really good, important pre-production to lay out a class that you could teach, whatever it is that you teach, but the kind of the structures, the tips, the trade to keep people invested, keep people learning. If you missed yesterday, I highly recommend the show.
Oh, Dacia, thank you.
And today we're finessing. We're adding graphics. We added some transitions, and then we're also going to be making kind of like the teaser, right? Like how do you then tell people
this thing?
How do you sell it? How do you get it out there? So, how would you convert this to basically be able to use on Instagram, or I can imagine you'd want to push this on TikTok maybe too. I don't know. Are you on TikTok?
You can. I'm not on TikTok, but you can. You definitely can. You can share about it on TikTok. I use Reels. I don't use it as much as I should though. But
it's new though. It's new.
It is pretty new. That's why. So I have not I like to give my everything to something when I'm going to do it. So when I do start reeling, it's gonna be popping.
It's gonna be. I mean, I guess I don't know. What's the difference between stories and reels and IGTV? I don't know now. I can't.
They're all different content mediums. I feel like
different limits and size. And
yep. So I feel like IGTV is for longer form content that you would probably put on YouTube, kind of thing. Like think about like an IGTV daily vlog.
It doesn't go away either. It's there, but
it's there.
Temporary.
Yes. Yep.
Then how about Reels? Where does that fall into play?
So Reels, I would say right now, because I think about everything as it pertains to business. So Reels, I would say right now is perfect for reach, like tapping into an audience that has not seen you, especially because Instagram is prioritizing Reels content. So, Reels, I would say is more for getting other people to notice you. It's a bunch of people kind of doing the same thing, but in their own way kind of thing, like putting their own spin to it. So cool. I would say it's really good for reach. But if you're sharing your expertise on Reels, then hey, if I find you and I realize, oh my gosh, wait, Dacia is amazing at making, I don't know, what can you make, Dacia? Like, do you cook? Do you?
I do cook. I really, surprisingly though, the thing that I just love, because I don't think about it, I don't second guess myself, I have zero imposter syndrome when it comes to, is I make these weird geometric cool felt art. Like I cut felt and I sew it together, like really bold, wild colors.
Wow.
I don't know. It's weird. I like it though. And I don't think about it, and it's relaxing. And it's really
okay. So that's a good thing. Yeah. So if you were, let's say you decided to start selling them, like selling whatever pieces you make, then, and you start doing reels based on it, and you're surrounded by it or swimming or making snow angels, not snow angels, but felt angels in it. Then if I see it and then you say, hey, I actually sell these, that's an example of reels
how to
content.
Leverage reels content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So
I have so much creative homework to do.
You do.
I'm like, Adobe, I'm gonna need to take some time off. Okay.
I know. Bye. Oh my God.
Voodoo was asking if I haven't posted anywhere. No, too much to the chagrin of my wife. She's really wanting me to start an Instagram channel just for the felt art.
You should.
She's always sending me a little. Okay, maybe 2021.
Oh my God.
So
you gotta step.
I'm learning.
Yeah, you step outside of that zone of whatever is holding you back and just do the thing, and then figure it out. Jump and learn to fly on the way down. That's what I like.
That's another T-shirt. Did y'all hear that? Jump and learn to fly on the way down. I mean, it sounds a little bit dangerous, but
I know. But you'll figure it out as you move along, right?
Totally.
So I love saying that, like when I moved to Texas, I didn't know what Texas was about, especially being from New York. I had never been here, and I was like, I'm just gonna move.
I think that is so wild.
It is wild.
I love you for it. That is not a typical Texas story. I love Texas.
I love it too. And I fell in love with it. Imagine I had said, oh, I'm scared to go and, live there. So I'm just going to stay here with what I know.
You gotta reach.
Yeah,
you gotta reach.
do.
Okay, fine. Okay. I'm starting an Instagram channel right after this.
You better.
Or I'll just put it on my Instagram.
Right.
I think that probably is for the best.
There you go. So I like to, one thing that I love doing is the same way I intro is the same way I'll go out, right? And I can get even more crazy with this. But I also know I want to take you guys into social video. So I'm going to outro with this, and I am going to, I always forget if I stretch it out to, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And then I can find the end of this all. Right. And then I am just going to actually, let's do that over. Duplicate. And then we can move this all the way over. Right.
Yeah. I see what's going on.
Oh, wait, it didn't go and I lost it. Now I got to do it all over again.
Hold
on.
Maybe an undo so we can find wherever.
Right? It's funny. Now we can't even see it because it's so tiny. Hold on.
Could you copy and paste maybe?
I tried that. It didn't.
It's not working?
No. That's so I just duplicated it and.
That works too.
Yeah. But then again, wait. Hey, oh no, it did not work because I lost it. Huh. Okay.
Do a couple of undos, like Command Z twice. I bet both will come back maybe.
I would love to do that, but oh yeah, because we can redo. So
yeah,
because I was like, but what if we lose it all?
No. It'll just go back to the last step.
Okay, wait, let me see if I can do it this way. Let me see if it. Oh, there we go. I think we're good.
Yeah.
It looks like, like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next?
Hey, you. What?
Right? The intro, like, oh, wow. And then we're going to outro the same way. And here, I'm just going to add, sometimes I like to put theme, like, we're done. But today.
That's the end?
Yeah.
I was thinking, Jackson.
Right. I don't know. Maybe I should just thank them for attending, right? Let me see if I can. I'll put thank you in bold. Okay. And so that would be the end, because I'm sure I said that at the end of the class, so that's why I'm just putting it. But I love finishing how I started.
Bookends.
Yes.
Complete full circle.
Yeah, right. So we started this way, and so we're ending this way as well. This color at the bottom, it looks white, but it's actually one of my brand colors that I use when I don't want to use white. But I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know if it's translating that well on screen, but adds a little spice to it,
Yeah, no, it's definitely not like just white.
Okay.
Hey, you.
I was like, I'm not too sure if that shows.
And for those of you, there's a lot of people that's like hex colors. That sounds very esoteric and complicated and technical. It's really just the way that colors are defined in this mathematical way. But one of the things that I love to do, and I tell this to everyone because I think it's so cool, is there's an Adobe app called Adobe Capture. I don't know if you use this, but you can basically, I like to think of it as literally like a way to capture the creative inspiration in the wild. So you can point your camera at a color, like let's say there's even like a flower bush or a poster or a brick wall, and you're like, I really love that color. Put your camera on it, and it will give you the hex values that it sees in that you can then
that is so amazing
bring into your work later. So it's one way to kind of get familiar with hex codes and see how you can incorporate them into your own brand. And it's also, you can use it to detect fonts. So If there's a font,
Oh,
you see out
really?
the
Oh,
world.
wow.
Yeah, it'll tell you like what a close match would be if it can't.
Oh, that would be super helpful.
It's a really cool app.
Whoa.
And it's free. It's awesome.
Wow. That sounds really good. Okay, so in part 2 of this class, what I was teaching was how, because people always ask me, XayLi, like, you create content, like, I don't understand. Like, there's like 5 of you or 4 of you, or what's going on? And so it's just that I'm organized, right? So in part 2, I really shared like behind the scenes, you know, what kind of video. So we spoke about what kind of videos, but now we speak about like how I actually schedule time to create. And what I want to do for this part is bring in a bit of B-roll, right?
What is B-roll for like people that are kind of new to the biz?
So I like to explain things in simple terms. And so I use B-roll to really give context to what I'm saying. Right. So if I'm speaking about how many hours I work, I might share some B-roll based on, well, you know, like me working for the hours, just to give context, or, you know, but it is footage that's not your A-roll, right? So your A-roll is probably your main content.
And your
so
talking
B-roll,
heads, your
yes,
interviews, your screenshots, but your B-roll's like, you know, it's like you're showing some context.
exactly.
Right? Yeah. Sorry, my dogs.
So, no worries. Okay, so I am going to add a bit of B-roll. Right, so I'm gonna look for
or service or season you are moving into in your business. Now, like I said before, you can break down your video content into social media posts, right? So
I'm sharing a bit of like what I do there. So what I'm going to do is bring in some more content.
Hey, your audio sounds real good in there. What
really?
mic? Yeah, what mic are you?
You mean right now?
In the content.
Oh, it's the same mic. It's the I don't think they make it anymore, but it's the Audio-Technica ATR 2100 USB microphone. There we go. I remembered that. That's a lot. But
it sounds awesome.
Thank you.
It's definitely one of the things we talked about yesterday. Like you gotta
like having good audio, right?
You gotta have good audio.
Definitely.
Keeps people engaged.
So engaged. It's just so important. So there I have my B-roll folder. So now I have so much stuff in here, but let's see what I can pull in. Okay, I'm gonna pull in this guy and maybe we will, I forgot to check to see where my needle was, but that's all right. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is take off the audio from my B-roll. Right, because we don't wanna hear that audio. Because more than likely it's like a bunch of noise, right? Because I'm not saying anything. So if you look at the B-roll, you'll see that it's just flow with. Let me just clear my screen a bit here. It's my hands writing, right? So it's just a bit of like clips of content that kind of takes you into the back end of what I'm doing, or, you know, or giving you an idea of thinking about yourself, kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And showing like, this is what it looks like. This is what my workflow looks like.
Yep.
But then I can chop that up for.
Right, so I'm just gonna move this over here. And what I'm gonna do is see if it's the same, if I want it to be, you know, how long I want it to be, because your B-roll doesn't have to be that long. It can actually be like clips that just go in and out, right?
Yes, and it's the other thing that you can use B-roll for really well too. I know we were talking about jump cuts yesterday. Like,
yes,
jump cuts aren't the end of the world anymore, and people use them with a lot of intention. But if you do have a jump cut that you're like, I did not want a jump cut there. Like, I need to cut this part of what I'm saying out.
Yes, you can hide that.
B-roll to hide that. It's also a very good trick.
That is an amazing trick, and I'm sure it saved a lot of work over the years. Right. But no, that is an awesome trick. I think what I'm also going to do is head in for some more B-roll, and then we'll kind of preview it and see. So this is another bit of B-roll. Right. I'm just going to wait for the computer to process it, and then we're going to kind of preview it. Did I lose that first? Let me see. Yes, I think I did. I probably dragged it in the same place. So, all right. I'm going to make sure that I am paying attention to where my timeline is. And I do want that, and I want this. I'm going to select those, and then we're going to go through some more B-roll just to add context to what we're talking about in this class, which is so exciting. Now this came on to the wrong timeline. So let me just get out of this and.
Yeah, I think if you do add, it'll add it to the main track.
Yeah.
Just drag and drop it. It'll go.
I did, but it made it disappear. So just, being mindful, no worries.
Yeah,
we can pull that. And I love that Rush is magnetized in that way. So it just.
I love that magnetic timeline. People complain about. I love it.
I love it too.
Keep me organized.
Thank you. Like I need to see where this ended, because then we might miss the whole end of the video, and we don't want that.
Don't make me move everything.
Right. So now I'm going to, like I said before, make sure that these clips don't have audio, because it's just white noise or just nothing that's going on. Right. But we can see that I'm not really. This is so funny because I know I'm not doing anything, but
but it looks like you're doing a lot.
But it looks like I'm doing a little something. So
look at that plant
right.
back there
So
too.
I like to.
Thank you. So we're gonna
I
leave
like to
that
put those
in
here so that I'm able.
Right, and so it breaks up the monotony of what we were doing. So I'm going to also spread some B-roll around here, depending on the context of what I was saying. And so it kind of brings you back. We were speaking about that yesterday, just bringing you back into, hey, this is what I was doing, or, wake up or stop scrolling, because it can happen. Right. Let me see.
Keep your viewer
engaged. Yes. So this is an awesome way to do that. Having a bit of B-roll, and definitely just going in and measuring to see like, okay, this is exactly what I want. And it actually goes along with what I'm saying. So that's what I'm going to make sure of. In a bit here. And I love just having layers to play with.
And it's as easy as dragging things up and down, right?
Yes.
To create new video tracks.
Exactly.
So you could even have like another row above that too, if you wanted to play with.
You definitely can.
Too, right?
Yep. And I also love that. Let me see. We can expand our audio here. I love that we can also, if I don't want to see this, I can, hide it so that I can preview, because, we want to preview different things. If I want to make sure that, let's say I don't want to see this track because I don't want the B-roll to show, I can, just have it where it doesn't show, right? Instead of deleting it or.
Yeah, and I imagine too, if you hit lock on the main track.
Yeah.
If you hit that lock, then I think when you add stuff, it won't touch it.
You're absolutely right.
You can't mess with it. So that's another thing. Like if you're like, I've got this perfectly timed with my graphics and my audio and stuff, like
so true.
You can lock things up. So then you don't have to worry about any of your tweaks messing anything else up.
That is so true. Yes, kind of like, let's see. So I'm going to try and add here now and see. Ha, okay. It has to be on.
Oh, can you do this? Can you click on the second video layer though? Leave it locked, but then click. You see?
Oh, you mean like
yeah,
up
like
here?
See where the no, right there. Okay, right above V1, the lock layer. There's there you go. Those controls. Just hit that area. See if that.
Oh, you mean to see if it's good? If I can.
Like if you can select it almost. We're just live here, just learning.
Yeah, just learning, which is the fun part. No, I think it's only like,
That's interesting. I thought
yeah.
maybe you could choose which video track you wanted to have in focus, but
who needs that anyway? You can just drag and drop.
The good news about Rush is it's a really new program.
Yeah.
It's only been out for about a year and a half, and so there are constant updates and lots of new features coming.
I'm always excited when I open it up, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and we should listen. You know, we're trying to figure out and prioritize what the most important thing is for people.
Which is so cool.
You know, keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind, guys. All right, so I am also, there are parts of this clip that I want, and what I'm going to do is pull it in and let's see if I can get them out. So the cool thing about B-roll is that you don't have to use the entire clip, right?
Yes, you don't.
So a lot of times you just need a snippet of something. So a lot of this footage, we just left it to run. And so we can get in, and if you follow me on YouTube, this is actually part of my intro. So for me, I'm looking at it like, oh, I'm so tired of this, because you create content, but you end up using clips of it in different parts of. So we're actually going to be shooting or reshooting new, fresh B-roll and things like that pretty soon for the new year, right? Just give things a refresher. But I still love it though. I just see it a lot because if I'm editing YouTube videos, it's in my intro as well. So I'm like, girl, I am tired of seeing you. Like, girl, I'm tired of this yellow sweater. But this is the fun stuff that we go through as creatives, right?
You're like, I'm never going to wear that again.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, it's all over my brand. So I just don't, I don't want to, but it's also like fun stuff. I'm going to scrub through this, and I'm going to probably not want to see this right now or hear anything right now, because I just want to pay attention to this B-roll, right? I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to add in there. Okay, let's work on these.
And the cool thing about B-roll too is that you can get really creative with like sort of what combinations of shots you put together.
Exactly. So that's
usually like 3 or 4 clips that are like back to back to back to back. So it's like you can create a sort of
sequence or a mini story.
Exactly.
So I kind of like how like it comes in with what I'm doing. So let me see. I don't know. Let us know in the comments if this is interesting, guys, like all of the B-roll talk or even scrubbing through it to see how best we can edit this B-roll.
Just sort of how do you think about the B-roll shots that you're putting together?
Yeah.
Try to keep it like snappy, short, like 2-3 seconds, or sometimes do you use like one longer? Like how do you sort of approach
your B-roll?
Your decisions, yeah.
Oops. That's one thing with editing. Like you got to go over something over and over. Like so many times. So if you are looking along, you can see that it's a bit shaky sometimes. So I got to really be selective about what I'm pulling out.
Oh, I like that swoop though.
Thank you.
That's
so I
really
like
cool
that. Yeah. But so what I'm going to do is, I think it was a bit shaky here, but I like maybe from here. All right. And I'm going to clip that and delete that and see. Like, let's just see, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna cut like right around here. Right, so we're gonna clip that. Okay, and then I'm gonna come back right here and clip again. I'm gonna delete this. Okay, and let's do a bit of a preview.
Yes. Who's your camera person? Is Plant Boo also?
Guess who?
Camera
Exactly. Plant Boo.
Plant Boo's camera boo.
That's his new name. I can't. Plant Boo is also camera boo, and he's so talented. Like, I'm so thankful because this is what I do. So to have a partner who is like into this kind of thing too, it's like, yes, score. Let me see. I'm gonna try to speed that up a bit. All right, let's see. I don't know, guys. Editing is all about testing to see what looks good, to be really honest. Okay, that was too quick. Or maybe we should slow it down.
Oh, you can do a little speed read.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're getting fancy.
Right?
The good news too is if you wanted to get even more technical and fancier, if that's what you feel like, I love this shot so much, it is a little bit too rough. The cool thing about working in Rush is that you can go to Premiere and
and open up and do so much more.
And stable.
Or I might just take this out. Let's see.
If you're just joining us now, we're basically going in and doing a little sweetening of the masterclass video that we created yesterday. And by we, I mean XayLi. I didn't really do anything. We've been adding some graphics. Now we're adding some B-roll to give a little bit of more context and visuals and make sure that our audience is staying engaged. And then pretty soon we're going to be basically figuring out how to make a teaser out of this so then we can promote it on social channels. Oh, this shot. Shut up. Also, I love that blue back there.
Isn't it awesome? I think it went well with the yellow, which is probably like I loved it so much that I'm tired of it now. That's what it is.
No, don't say that. You stop it. Those are my two favorite colors together.
They really complement each other.
That kind of like teal sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know. That blue is so beautiful.
It is really beautiful. All right. So when I scrub through this, I can see exactly what I want. I like the moving shots of him moving around me while I'm talking. So keep in mind that what I'm talking about in this class is you creating video content. So I kind of want you to understand that, you can plan your video content so that you can be in my shoes, just speaking confidently on camera. You don't have to get up there and think, I don't know what to say when I get on camera, because that's one of the things that gives people a lot of fear about creating video content, right? Especially when you're creating to sell as well. It's like, wait, what am I going to say?
And you don't want to sound too canned either. You don't want to sound too stiff and rehearsed because that's not chill.
It's so true. And
that doesn't feel like it's conversational.
You're so right.
That you were talking about too. But
yeah.
You gotta have a plan.
You gotta have a plan. And I think for me, like, which is why I love what I do so much. Like, I know even the way I look, I don't fit in the box of professional or like that robotic person who's supposed to be teaching.
What does that even mean anymore?
What is that?
Right,
so yeah, you get to use your personality, the thing that you've probably stuffed away behind something somewhere. You get to use that to sell now, right? So it's all about breaking the rules.
What are some of the what are some of your clients? Can you talk about like some of your clients and sort of the work that
Yeah.
you have really liked that they've shared back
Yeah.
with you after taking your course? What are some of your highlights?
So many highlights. Really helping people go from one-to-one work and working with many people at once and making more money. So everyone feels like, I have to just stay buckled to my desk and, wrap up client work when you're able to create online courses and serve multiple people. So you create this thing, you record it once, and then you get to change people's lives with that process that you've now laid out from your brain, right? So let's say you've been doing something for years, you get to actually do that thing, but now you kind of remove yourself from the actual process, right? So that's so cool seeing
Kind of
people
letting go a little bit.
Yes, a lot bit.
A lot of it.
Because they're still getting that experience with you. You're still serving so much, but being able to make money on demand like that is always an amazing thing. Like if we think about Netflix or we think about just programs or creating a movie, right? You get to create that movie once, but you get to impact people's emotions and their lives and their perspectives with that story over and over and over again. So it's kind of the same thing with an online course. Like you're able to impact people with the knowledge that you have taken so long to. Some people have been doing whatever they're doing for years. Some people learned last year. It does not matter. And that's why yesterday I spoke about using your personal experience or your professional experience for an online course, right?
Totally.
So helping other people build in that way, use their personalities, see them on camera, lighting up. Oh my gosh, I can't. Like, I have a client who launched his online course. We used a lot of video inside of it. We used a lot of video to build it, sell it, market it. And he was able to, when COVID happened and, the pandemic happened, he could not go in salon to work. So we were able to create alternative income by him teaching other stylists how to, build
That's
their
a really
businesses.
good point. This is a time right now too where a lot of people will hopefully are being safe and staying home if they're able to shout out to the essential workers out there that don't have that same luxury. But for those of us who are at home, I know that there is a lot of pressure, like, oh, we'll take this time to learn something. But like for real, like there's only so much Netflix. I think I've seen everything. And there is a point where it's like, well, what am I curious about? What's out there? And to know that you're also supporting another person.
Exactly.
It's a win-win all around.
It is definitely a win-win.
It's a really cool community. I feel, at least if we're going through this pandemic, that we're getting to do it with internet and video content and the ability to communicate with one another.
Man, yes.
Is awesome.
So true. So it's always amazing to see people's life transform in those ways. And knowing that I'm helping people impact other people just helps me sleep like a baby at night, you know? Yes. But yeah, so when I look at things like that, it makes me happy.
That's cool. I didn't even think about that. But like, I think I always think about tutorials with apps and things because that's what I gravitate towards. But yeah, like a stylist teaching other stylists.
Yeah, you can create your own thing. Exactly.
That's
I think that's something that we don't think about. Like, like you can actually make something out of nothing. That is amazing to me. Like being able to create something out of an idea in your head and then change your life. Yeah. And change other people's lives with that. That's just, it's magic.
Totally.
But it's fun.
I'm loving these behind the scenes shots too. They're so
I'm like
great.
Scrubbing through looking for a specific part of it, but I don't know. But it's, so that's what editing is. It's a lot of using your eye and really looking for, and just diving in and, using your eye to see like, okay, so this is what I like. This is what I want. I think what I'm looking for is probably in another file. But
Do
the
you
cool
ever
thing,
go back to an edit, or once you're done with an edit,
oh, it's done.
I'm done, on to the
Yeah.
next?
But it took a while to get to this point because the creative in me would so there's the parts of the creative that we love, right? We're able to create and do so many different things, but there's also the other half of that little voice in your head, like, you know, that wasn't good enough, or nobody should see this, or this is your little secret. And so I had to learn how to, because guess what? If you don't take anything away from this live, this is what I want you to take away. The thing is never done, and it's never going to be done. So finish it.
You could always find something to
Always.
and an excuse to not get it out the door, right?
Always. You can always find something. There's always something that, you know, you can pick apart, but you're never going to get anywhere doing
so
that.
What do you think about, like, what tips do you have for people who are trying to, now that they're organizing, that they're going to make their master class, and what are some tips to help them think about how to plan for B-roll? Like, you know, obviously it depends on the content of you know, what they're teaching, but sort of what are some tips for how you approach shooting B-roll so that you have something to work with when you go to edit?
Yeah, I love that you asked that. For me, when I really think about B-roll, I'm always thinking about, like, how can I create a deeper story or a deeper meaning to what I'm saying, right? So how can I probably show a different perspective? Or even, like, one good way to think about A-roll and B-roll is even when we're recording, like, let's say I have this camera here. So this is my main camera, right? And let's say I had that side view, right? That would be capturing, it's all about perspective and how can I enhance that perspective? So that side camera would be catching, you know, B-roll, right?
Yeah.
So it's not the main thing, but I might get a side view because you might be able to see different emotions or different muscles in my face or different expression. Like, there are things you can't always capture everything you want to say here. So B-roll can be that second, you know, view.
As simple as that, just like
that could be B-roll.
Second shot.
Yep.
But it could also be, you know, like, here you're teaching
Context.
how to make videos. So
Yes.
you got this footage of you actually setting up your camera.
Yes. Yep.
I like to think of it again, a show don't tell. That's what
it is show
like,
don't tell.
If I'm saying this thing, is it possible to film something that shows that example?
Yep.
That's like the thing to keep in mind.
Yes. And for me, when I'm creating B-roll, I think about emotion and action. So even, like, if we're speaking about emotion, like, sometimes I'll film B-roll where I'm showing someone who's frustrated and they don't know what to do. So they're throwing papers up in the air. Or on the other side of what I'm selling is where you've got it all figured out. You can confidently get up here and set up your camera and create your content. You look happy, you're excited. It's such a contrast of, you know, this is why you should do this thing, or, you know, where do you want to be? Do you want to be over here frustrated with all of your ideas? You don't know how to get them out. You don't know what to say next. Or do you want to be over here where, eureka, I have it all figured out. I know exactly what to do. I have a step-by-step plan and strategy to get this all done. Right? So it's like, think about the cabinet. So the person who doesn't know how to build cabinets is sitting there with an idea, right? So with a bubble of, you know, thoughts that's all mixed up, or they're probably sitting on the floor with wood and nails and screws and all kinds of things around them, confused, right? So it's also storytelling. Or you got to think about, you know, like, when they take your course and they can build that cabinet, like, imagine that proud moment when you screw the last nail in, or, you know, whatever that might be. Obviously, I don't know how to build cabinets, but you get what I'm saying. Like, yeah. So it's the contrast of, so when I'm thinking about even selling my course after, I'm thinking about those things. Or you can also use B-roll to explain on a deeper level. Like, okay, so this is, you know, or a close-up. It's so many different things, you know?
Yes.
But yeah.
It could be so many different things. Be creative with it. Play with it.
Exactly.
You can never have enough B-roll. That
is so true.
What I always think. So
yes.
More is more.
Exactly.
More is more, in my opinion.
Yes, so true. I think this is what I'm looking for.
Oh,
where
yes.
So I was trying to find focus. That's what I was doing.
Oh man, that's a good shot.
That's gotta go in there.
That's going in. Absolutely.
So now that I've found what I was looking for,
get yourself a plant boo and a camera boo though. Part of the requirements.
Oh my
here.
gosh. That is hilarious, Tatia. Let me see. So I know exactly where I want it.
Felix, he's feeling it too. A nice shot. I mean, you're crushing it though with that hand out too. You're like,
I know, right? I don't know. And it's so funny. Like, I didn't say get this, but he got it. So it works.
I mean, the color palette is just beautiful.
Thank you. You know what's so funny? When you think about video, people don't realize that you can take 4 hours of footage and make it
3
like 2. Like, I just did all of that, guys. I just cut all of that down just to find that moment.
Yes.
Right? That's really how videos go. That's why editing is like, you know, I like editing with strategy creating with strategy because, you know, as you grow and as you start filming yourself more and more, you'll realize that there are things that you can do to make the editing process easier. Right?
I love it.
But, yeah.
But sometimes, you know, it is worth that capture, gather.
Oh yeah, because then you have more to play with.
Special moments.
Yes, that is so true.
Like that was perfect timing.
Yes,
that was happening. That was very kismet, you know.
Exactly.
So, you know, again, more is more.
You're so right. So true. So.
I'm like such a dad though, you know, with the home video camera, you know, like I just want to film like every moment.
I love it.
It's like going through the footage later, like why?
Oh my god!
What is this?
That is hilarious. And guys, you can even use this for an intro. Like honestly, this can be the intro for the class. Like the whole like.
I think you should try that.
And then let's try it.
Try it. Like move that over there and then put that graphic over it instead of.
Yes.
I mean, let's just try it. Let's
see. Oops, there you go. See, I still have that. I'll mute that clip so that we don't. There we go.
Plant boo, you did so good. What's your boo's name?
Rio.
Rio?
Yeah.
He's a great artist.
Thank you. He's really awesome. So it's like I'm always excited to create. Like, you know, it just makes the creative process easier.
For sure.
You know, you got someone to
play with and
yeah, fun stuff.
For sure.
All right. So
so we got about 8 more minutes before we're gonna dive into our artist spotlight. I'm excited. But if we don't finish, I mean, we'll still have a little time after that too.
Okay. Then I can maybe show the social video after then.
For sure.
Okay, I think we got it all there. Let's see. Should maybe.
I was really feeling what you said about the thing is not done and it's never going to be done, so finish it.
Yes.
Call that out. Very true.
It is so true, guys. Like, I'm speaking from a place of I've been there. Okay. Like,
we were talking about imposter syndrome yesterday. One, you know, Jan DeLorean's take on it was a little bit more of a about how it's a little self-sabotaging sometimes when, you know, when you let the inner critic kind of control and run everything.
It's so true.
It reminded me later of a book called The Art of War. No.
So good, by Stephen Pressfield. The War of Art.
The War of Art.
My favorite books ever.
It's so intense.
It's a lot.
It's so,
but it will get
like
you all the way together. Okay.
And it is.
It's really good.
It doesn't mess around. He talks about how resistance is really like out to make you not finish and out to really tempt you to not follow through, not to follow your creative path, and that the work is to be like, forget you out of my way.
Like I listened to that book.
That's a battle, man.
Yes, I keep that book on. Like it's got to be right there because it walks you through so much. And when you realize that resistance is keeping you from the best things in life, it's keeping you from your highest self, like then you're like, well, okay, I needed that kick in the butt so that I could get back up and,
Chumbawamba this. I get back up.
Chumbawamba this. I love it.
I get up again. Never gonna keep me down.
Resistance. That part.
I need to read. Yeah, maybe I need to listen to it.
Definitely. Yes.
Look at that intro. It's looking good.
I know. I think I messed something up though. Let me see. But now that we've spoken about it, I'm gonna revisit it too because.
Have you read any of the follow-up ones? There's like a 3-part series. I have them all. I haven't finished them. I've been resisting reading them.
That's what you gotta check yourself. What have I been doing? Wait, let me see. What am I doing? Okay, here we go.
What's up, brush?
Right.
Oh, there we go.
It's there. Right. Okay. Now. Okay, here we go. All right. So I think we're all good here. We just gotta drag it to the front. And here we go.
It looks like oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Oh yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Like this would be your like little jam would be playing.
Yeah, and you could add audio to this as well, which is so cool. Right? So, and we can definitely import this and really get into it. But I mean, for a simple intro that we just threw together, like,
that gets me pumped.
Yeah.
Like excited.
It kind of makes you wonder, like, well, what's in this class? Because I want to do that, Right. So it gets you kind of like, that's the cool thing. So that means that whatever it is doing its job.
Oh man, that's so true. Reverb Mike says that was kind of like when they avoided bullets in the Matrix. It's so true. That shot's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You guys are too funny.
Rio. Oh, Rio. He's a dreamboat.
He really is. I can't complain at all, guys. Let me see if
what can't he do?
That's a good question.
Let's go back to him. Let's go back to being a plant dad.
That part. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. So now let me move things around a bit. I know we're about to dive into
let me key up. Just gonna get this ready and try to hide my messy I don't need to see that. That's my business.
I know, right?
It's not your business. All right. I should be sharing now. Cool. All right. First of all, I love cats. Anyone that knows me knows that I love cats. So I'm feeling this artist. Their name is Jessie Zhang, and this was the first thing that I gravitated towards. I mean, this was a Photoshop daily creative challenge.
Oh.
That means that this was put together in a day. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I'm just really into this Elizabethan situation. Let's go out to their
Right?
main Behance page here. Yeah, what are you feeling? What are your impressions here?
Let's see. I can't see it very well though. I don't know.
Oh,
don't
dang,
know
that's
why.
right.
Yeah.
Because we're on this screen share. Well, I'll just go into it. So I'm really loving all of these color choices and lots of animals. I mean, that's the thing that for me is
That's always a win.
standing out. I feel
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm Elmira from Tiny Toons, and I go real nuts about any
Oh, I can
animals.
see. Yay.
So yeah, I like these.
That cat is pretty cool. Whoa.
That cat is gorgeous. This looks like it was another creative challenge. That's beautiful. I'm really
That is beautiful. Whoa.
This is really powerful for sure.
I think I really love how, not I think, but I love how, are those butterfly and bird wings together?
Yes, right? Or no,
Yeah.
maybe it's just bird wings, but I thought they were butterfly wings at first.
Yeah, because I'm seeing a butterfly in the inner part,
Mhm,
but those feathers, honey, yes.
Beautiful. And I love the quote by Frida,
Yeah.
Pies, ¿para qué los quiero si
Yes.
tengo alas para volar? Why do I
Yes.
need feet when I have wings to fly?
I love it.
Good job, Jessie. Jesse's out in Canada,
Oh, wow.
in British Columbia, which I used to live in Seattle, so I really miss that area of that geography up there.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Let's see one more situation here. We've got like a little beach bag with a little puppy.
Aww.
Got some, oh my gosh, some socially distant theme Merry Christmas cards.
That's pretty cool.
I'm living for these pillows too.
So cute.
Yeah, I don't think I have enough things in my life with my animals on them. So
Right?
it's really giving me inspo because they're adorable. They're asleep right now. Otherwise I would pull them. Well, maybe I should. What? No, I can't.
Wake him up. Okay, yeah, don't.
He loves it. He loves the limelight. Anyways, thank you, Jessie. Shout out to you.
That was amazing,
If
Jessie.
you guys want to nominate a fellow artist on Behance or nominate yourself, we do artist spotlight every week, and
So cool.
this is just a cool way to just share each other's work, hopefully get inspired with it, and build our community up. So, congrats, Jessie.
Yay.
Yay. Cool.
Awesome.
All right. So where are we? Let's jump back into your project.
Yeah,
Are
we're
we
going to dive
ready?
into a bit of ads, right? So let's see.
Yeah, we got a promo.
Yeah, exactly. So let me just get things set up here so that we can have some fun with creation.
Reverb Mike says cat fashion is out of hand, and I do agree on that. I need some Elizabethan collars to
Oh my gosh.
pump up my life here.
Okay,
All right.
so I'm just gonna name this masterclass sales. And you know what? Let's pull these two in because I made two separate videos for this. Right there I am.
Yes,
So-
always with the colors.
I know,
Look at
right?
those earrings.
Thank you. So this was like I said, we were locked down. So I was like, you know what? Let me put up my camera in front of me and sit on the floor in front of my couch and just create. Right?
That's your couch. Give me that couch.
Yeah, like let's we can't let what we feel like we don't have stop us from creating, right? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Like,
Tell me that again. Drop that on me again. I feel like that's one of
I gotta
those
find a cute way to say it.
like
But don't let what you don't have keep you back from creating. But there's an even better quote that is, my boyfriend always says it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't remember it. I will remember it.
It'll
though.
come back. It'll come
But
back.
the concept is that having a lack of all the things you need breeds creativity. Something breeds creativity. I can't remember if
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Look at this expression though, but I can't remember the quote. But
good sport. You're such a good sport about like yourself. Like
you gotta be. You know why? If I always think about like if someone is watching one of my YouTube videos and the internet freezes, I wonder what face they see.
That's real. Like,
because that happens.
Right?
So, it's just the way it is. But here I am actually, what I'm going to do with this is probably add some titles and stuff to it, to give some context to the video itself. So we're kind of going to go back into what we did before by adding some titles to things, and maybe adding some of those call outs that we had earlier. That was pretty exciting too. So let's see. Great video content. And both of those aren't true at all. What you need is to know what you're going to say, how you're going to communicate with your people, and even who your people are. So I've created a free workshop to get you started. It has nothing to do with your camera or how you look. It really has to do with the fact that you don't even know what you're going to tell your people. Okay. So let me just scrub through this one and see how do you create such quality videos, and how do you keep people coming back to you for more? And it has nothing to do with the way I look. It has nothing to do with the quality of my content. My setup is actually pretty simple, but it has more to do with what I'm saying, how I'm presenting myself, and the content that I'm consistently putting out there. That content helps to attract the exact person that I want to work with. And okay, so I think that one is the one that I want to add stuff to, right? Off the bat, I can see that it's a bit dark. So let's get in there and probably add, let me see, a bit of exposure to it.
Judy in the chat says creativity plus constraints equals design thinking.
Ooh.
It's true though,
It is true.
Sometimes you need, I think that optional paralysis is something that I find can be overwhelming too. And it's like a blank canvas and I have every single color available to me. Sometimes I just, I can only use these 4 markers, these 4 colors, and that's it. And then that sort of takes some of that pressure off. No, you're so right. And I think constraints can help you focus a little bit. It is exactly what you're saying, but he says it in this way where, yes, but it's exactly what you're saying as well. Like when you don't have a bunch of things, like you have to create with what you have, you end up making magic. Like sometimes like you'll see a video that someone made with their phone and it looks amazing. But if that's all that they had and they had to create that video, it's going to be bomb, right? No matter if they didn't have a huge red camera setup or, but yeah. For sure. Yeah, and LaShonda Patrick, I just want to shout you out. She says she's really enjoying this class and she loves XayLi and she can't wait to dive into Rush. Yes, Rush is so amazing, guys. Yep, it's a game changer, especially if you're just creating simple videos where you just don't want to stress over all of the things. You have all of the tools that you need in here and it's so overlooked. It is. And just start somewhere, I think that's the important thing. Yes. It's a really great place to get going, get started. Even if you're just doing your rough draft of a sequence of an edit there. You can lay things out in here and then open it up. You can get more in depth if you want, but sometimes you just need to get something on the page, on the page, so to speak. Exactly. And I really want to share this part with you guys. We did go through graphics, but one thing that I really love about Rush is the aspect ratio. So look at this, guys. You guys know I'm always sharing about social and how you need to share your content. And I'm an advocate for creating one video and sharing it 1,000 ways. And you can do that in here. And
this to
Just
me,
like that.
there is nothing better than being able to create one thing and distribute it how you want. And look how simple. When I say simple, I don't think there's anything that can, like just do this with such ease. And I can move this around depending on.
And also,
right?
in this particular shot, you're in one position.
Yep.
You're just doing. But let's say you did have that B-roll shot. I don't know if you've heard of auto reframe, but that's one of the most magical things.
Yes. And that's what I love about it, because you can it snaps into, like, even if we added words and graphics to this, it snaps into like whatever frame that we put it in. So thank you so much for even sharing that, Dacia, because that's also a game changer. I know for me, if I create something for IGTV and I have to re-add all of the words and stuff to fit it, I'm not gonna do it. Let's be honest.
Well, sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, I want it to be 9, I want it to be vertical, but like the action is kind of over here.
Yes,
it would be really time consuming to have to do that.
It is time consuming.
And auto reframe just does it for you. It kind of learns where the focus is.
Exactly.
Machine learning.
So I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's just in Rush. So I think that's one of the coolest things.
Yeah, which is why I love using it with my phone so much, so that, I can export. So if you look at this, you can see this is a YouTube. Let me get a better frame because I just look okay, we'll stay there. And now we can talk. So this is YouTube, basically 16 by 19, 9 by 16 is more of IGTV, and stories, right? So, and reels, right? So look at how many things, you can do with this tool, like hello. And then you have your 4x5, which I always recommend as perfect sizing for Instagram feed, because it just hits you like, bam, it's bigger than the standard size,
instead of
which
the
is
square?
1x1. Yep. It gets more engagement. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah. I love teaching people how to stop the scroll, right? So if you use 4x5, what happens is it's a bit bigger. And even for me in using it, I would, because it's my face, I would just, have my face take up the entire 4x5 frame. Mm-hmm. And so while you're scrolling, imagine like that coming across.
I would stop. I'd be like, that's my new best friend.
I'm gonna make a GIF or a GIF out of that, Dacia. Like do you say, that's my new best friend, and me like, do
it. Also, I'm team GIF all the way. Okay.
Hello.
I get it. Back in the day, y'all said GIF, but it's a new day.
Right? Exactly. Like,
I'm not talking about peanut butter.
That part, Jiffy.
It's GIF.
Oh, but yeah, so I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna make sure I remember GIF.
I mean, you can say it either way. I don't want to yuck your yum. The people are very passionate about it. It's very controversial.
It's a whole argument.
It feels like it's like you're on one side of it or the other, and we have enough to argue about. I think everybody can say it however they want.
That part.
I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum, but for me, I'm team GIF.
That is hilarious.
Don't try to convince me.
Right? But so even when it comes to your sales and promotions, you are able to create different sizes to make sure that you are getting people, like whether you want to share it on stories, whether you want to share it on IGTV, you can with a click get your different sizing going on, right? So I'm gonna resize it, make sure that it's where I want it. But to me, that is one of the biggest just the biggest things that I use so much. Like I'll create a whole YouTube video and then resize it in here, share it on IGTV, because my audiences are different on both platforms. So I want to make sure that I'm also, although I put it on YouTube, and no matter how much you tell people go to YouTube, yeah. So I just, put up a preview on Instagram. If it's a full video, I love that I can also come back in and add a text graphic at the end of it where we can say, watch the rest on YouTube, right? So it would be something probably simple, or we even have overlays, darling, where we can get in there. And so they know, and this is all in program. Like, oh my gosh, like how genius and easy.
You're welcome.
Right? So you could just get in here and make sure that you're telling people go to the channel and subscribe. So that way, let's say the video is probably shorter, they can go in and subscribe. Like, you don't want to give away all the goods and you want them to take action and go to YouTube. You can use this. So you would just have it resized for IGTV and get in there and do your thing. So I think that is awesome for promotions because I'm easily able to create different versions of sales for my masterclass. I wanted to make sure and share that because a lot of people always think, well, how, all these faces, how, people are always asking, well, how am I going to sell this thing that I created? And you can easily do that in here.
Are there platforms? Oh, time flies when you're having fun. I was ready to get into another.
No, you were about to.
I'm like, this has been a business masterclass, a video masterclass. XayLi, thank you so much. This has been incredible. Thank you to everyone in the chat pod too. Please stay tuned for a little doodle therapy. Check out the Adobe Creative Residency. You could win money to fund your own project. And we've had so much fun today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dacia. Thank you guys for attending. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, cool. Woo!